Hi, this is Robert. I'm back. I thought you might like to see how I actually built the movable drill press base, tool base. What I'm running into now is I'm still trying to clean up my shop, but I need a base for that disc sander there. So, got everything laid out pretty much, and pardon the shake while I mount this in the tripod. Re-aimed here. Okay. This is our top. It'll, of course, rest with the plywood on the top. The disc sander sit there. I built this part, just a standard box, nothing special. My boards for the 2x5, 2x4 for the length is 23.5. This board is 12.5. Those are our key measurements. That's what we'll design the system from. To start with, we need two runners, this one and this one, and we want it to be oversized enough that we can stick our hinge pieces in here. So this is actually the width of the 2x4, so we wound up with two runners that are 30.5. Came by that measurement by, remember, we were 23.5, and then the width of the 2x4 added to that comes out if I can get this where we can see it. Take the 23.5 and it becomes 30.5. So that's how we obtain our actual length. We stayed with the 12.5 for this thickness for these two 2x4s. The hinge boards, I cut them 12.5 and then stuck them back in my miter saw, just a blade width, so I got a little bit of play because they have to move out here. I went in, pre-drilled all my holes. I'm ready to attach everything. I've added these two because although it's not necessary, I'm going to have posts coming up from here like so. That grinder, that disc sander, is very heavy, so I thought it might be better to add a little bit of reinforcement here for stiffening purposes. So let's see if we can stick this thing together real quick. I got all my toys here. Started out on this side a little bit better. A little lined up a little better than the other side. I'm using just drywall screws. I find that although they can be brittle, they work just fine for everything that I do. I use my impact instead of a drill because I found that I don't come out of the screws nearly as bad. I've already got these pressed together, so I don't have any alignment issues here. Still doesn't prevent me from messing up, but I'm only going to put just two screws on the reinforcement pieces in here for the moment, just so we can move along with the video. everything's stuck together. Take our clamps off. It's not going anywhere now. Don't have to worry about alignment issues. I'm going to leave at least one clamp on either side just to kind of brace this thing up a little bit. Cheap Walmart clamps tend to work very well for me, so I keep them. I'm not real fond of Walmart, but cheap can be cheap. You can see I've already have some holes marked out for the feet, for the rollers, 2 and 2. Already have the hinges laid out. As I've already said, I like the drywall screws, they do a good job for me. Only problem is that every now and then I'll put one in and I'll pop the head off of one, strictly because I'm using this impact and it overpowers it. The only thing I haven't done is I need to add one big hole here for a pry bar. That I haven't put in here yet, so I'll have to take it back off to do that, but you'll get a good idea of how it works. Beautiful spring day. Should be fishing. That might be a problem. My board split a little right there. Don't know if you can see it or not. It's hard to get good wood nowadays. Alright, you can see worked just fine there. Let's add some rollers. The measurements of where to place the rollers is not real critical. I didn't even try to tell you where or how. If you're like me, you don't really have to have a complete diagram, just a good understanding of the theory. Because although prints are good, they don't always fit every circumstance that comes around. If you can take a theory, you can make it work. Okay, there we go. Now, if this was flat on the floor, that would give me about, almost a ½ inch play. The only thing I have to do now is I have to put a hole here. I need to drill one here, and on this side, all the way through into here so that I can stick a pin, and it'll lock this in place whenever I'm ready to use it. Then all I have to do is, it'll sit like this when I'm working, Put a pry bar in here, you can pry down. Slip your pins in on each side. Do the same to the other side, and you could wheel it around anywhere you want to go. Thanks for watching.